I wanted to address the issue with capstones. Now, this is something that I have already addressed in a previous video, but I've seen a lot of concern regarding this, so I did want to address this and scaled items in this video. So first, you will notice that everything for CNC stuff is now available through capstones. You'll also know that when you try to extract things, you have nothing to extract because all the items can now be infused with gold instead of your runes. So you weren't able to extract any of your stuff previously. That is upsetting. That is kind of unfortunate that it was done that way. However, if you do have extra capstones, like extra CNC capstones, you can still convert these sandstorm, I guess I was calling them CNC, sandstorm capstones. You can convert these into capstones, and this change is good in some ways. Like, for instance, it's a lot easier now for people to get to the required level. So right now I've got 763, but if I was 740 or something, and you need to get to that 751 power in order to run the raid, it's going to be a lot easier for people to obtain the hollowed champion armor set. Now, this armor set, even though this is not necessarily currently, this is still, like, most of these pieces are still the best armor pieces you can get in the game stat wise, but it's not just the stats of this thing that is awesome, it is the look of this thing. This is a very awesome looking armor set. I've showed it multiple times and I've had a lot of people ask where I've obtained this awesome set, and that is because it looks so awesome. So even if the stats aren't the best, it's still worth grinding out this set just for the cosmetic effect of it alone. So highly worth going and running the raid for this, and it's going to be a lot easier running the raid because you can get this 751 requirement much easier now that everything is leveled up or infused through gold instead of through capstones. The other bonus of the capstone change is the fact that now you can use a wider variety of level 35 stuff, because some of the other level 35 stuff would be more useful because they can be infused all the way up to 760 or 780 or whatever it is that they can go up to. Another thing I wanted to mention was the scaled items. So we have the Moist Verse. Now, this was a very popular area where people were farming for the scaled items there because you could use it if you just, didn't have the time or didn't have friends to help you run certain dungeons. It was very difficult for some people to get the good items from dungeons or from crafting and stuff, so they have alternate ways. One of them is through getting scaled items. Now, there's no longer any stats. These things are now a cosmetic, and this is a change that just recently happened. However, we do have some scaled items that do drop, so we're going to be jumping to get off of there. We're going to be jumping over to the Skull Punch. So for those of you that did farm at Moistverse to get some of those drops, you will be pleased to know, I did already mention this in a previous video, but anyways, these guys right here actually drop scaled items. You can get scaled items from them, and they vary on stats. So of course, they're not better stats than what you're going to be obtaining from like the other dungeons. So it's still recommended to run those other dungeons and get the better stuff, Keeper of Water or the Void Sharkin or the Hollow stuff. Like, those are all better armors, but if you're on an alt account or you just don't have time or something, you can run these ones and at least have better stats than level 23 gear or something like that. So these things do drop scaled items. Hopefully these will remain scaled so that new players and whatnot will be able to, and this doesn't just scale at level 35, this scales at all your levels. So as a noob account, you would be able to use these as scaled, so it really does help, and I find it beneficial. It's nice because these stats do vary. You can get a 695 armor, you might get a 699 armor, and you can also, when you grab these here, I'm going to jump to Cicero's shop really fast. And if you want to make these things just a little bit stronger, level these up. Now, these only go up to 700 power. These don't go beyond that, but at least you've got, you know, another option for people that just want to take it easy. Now, I am not a fan of scaled areas, but if they are going to have scaled areas, I am at least happy that there are scaled drops from those areas. But that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.